Rapper Lil Durk was cleared of the gun charges against him that was pending from May 2000, around that time, or 2015. What happened, he was facing a case in which he pleaded not guilty to because a few years prior, he had a gun violation that he was on probation for. Now, he would have been a felon in possession of a firearm as he faced 12 felony counts of firearms when they found the arms in a place that he rents. It was all these different firearms. So he had his violation hearing, which was based off this case, his probation hearing, to see if he violated his probation. Now, if he would declare that, Durk violated his probation, then the charges against him, they would have continued. The prosecution would have continued with the case against him because those things they're not the same case. They're separate cases. You have the charge that you're being charged with, plus you have a parole violation. Or not parole, but probation violation for him. So when you have both of those counts against you, this is what you're faced with. So everything hinged on did he violate his probation. Now, when he got the case before, Durk has said, you know what? You're never going to see me in a courtroom again. I'm out. I'm done. And what has he done? He's did everything they requested of him. He hasn't been a problem. He hasn't been getting arrested for stupid stuff. In this case here, they called themselves looking for a murder suspect. They came in the house, and the owner of the guns was in his house. The gun, 245s, was laying on the counter. Durk was in the house, and they want to charge him for the crime. See how that works? See what happened? So now he's found not guilty. And once he was found not guilty of violating his probation, the state and the prosecution had no choice but to drop the 12 felony charges they had built against him because there's no case now. Because if he wasn't guilty of violating his probation, how are they going to win? You can't charge him with anything. So the state had no choice but to drop the charges. See how one hand washes the other? Smart lawyers. But when you're not being a problem out here in the streets, and you're just doing your thing, focusing on your craft and not doing nothing stupid, they can't come to pin it on you. But they come to get these guys. It's like when they do a drug sweep. They pick a weekend or they pick a time and they just come and start getting these rappers. And that's exactly what's happened. And a lot of people gonna say, man, why they targeting these rappers? Because you guys are getting free money for being lazy. That's how they think about it, because they look like you guys don't have no musical talent. You just yelling and talking about some stuff you just did 2 minutes ago. And you guys got an opportunity to get sponsorships and flying around the country. They angry. They had to study for hours and hours and go to law school and all this stuff and police stuff to be a police officer, and they don't like the fact that you get to do this. It's not a change or a sacrifice you had to make. They look at, oh, you missed some birthdays because you was in the studio. Now people got studios in their house. They don't miss nothing. So they don't like the fact that you in this position. But Durk was smart enough not to get himself in these situations no more. Chicago is definitely not the place for any rapper to want to brandish guns. They will take you down, especially if you're a felon. They looking for it. For that big arrest, they could throw your name in the papers. That's why Chicago rappers leave Chicago. It's the gun laws. It's crazy. But the people that's out here shooting people with guns, they already know they felons. They already know they gone if they get caught with a gun. So they got a gun, they gonna use it to do what in the world they intended to use it for. Because they going down either way. So they're willing to let shells fly to make sure they got a better opportunity of getting away with the gun. So war zone. But this is part 3 of what has been, we got 2 other parts before this. We had Kevin Gates and Kodak Black was 1. Kevin Gates is 2. This is 3. I'm out.